Hey all, how's it going? I am Joy, back once again with our NFL predictions versus, as always, joined by my good buddy Steve.
Hey Joey, how's it going?
Oh boy, it's going. It is
Yeah,
going. As far as the NFL goes, it went fine. I don't know what's going on with my audio, so
bear with us.
apologies. Yeah,
Yeah,
apologies in advance if it sounds all weird or kerfuffled or quiet or whatever. I don't know what's going on. But how did you do last week?
I'm guessing we're going to end up with identical records there. I faced 9-6 there.
9-6. I counted 10-6 on mine.
Oh yeah. All right, 10-6 there.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, there we go. Whew. Scare me. It's like, did I give myself an extra game?
Uh, uh, maybe I forgot. I added it wrong.
Ah, no problem. All good. I know that we both had 6 losses, so either way, we tied for week 4.
Mm-hmm.
John went 12-4 in his.
Oh,
So, ooh, that did a damper on our
true.
standings there. Our overall standings, we have me at 43-21, followed by John at 21 or at a 41-23. I can't read. And then Steve here is with 38-26. So it is still really, really early on in the season.
True. True.
All right, so regret of the week.
Yeah.
I have 6 of them.
Too many count.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine's obviously the Washington Atlanta game there. And picked the Falcons and
Yeah. You trusted the Falcons, and
got burned.
yeah, welcome to my world.
Yeah.
um, I don't know. See, for me, there's not really a lot of things that I truly regret from last week. Not trusting Seattle was a bummer. I really thought that they could have won, but I thought that San Francisco was going to have some revenge, so I went with them on that one. I would
True.
probably say going for the Dolphins over the Colts would be my regret.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Wentz to play, and then he did,
Hmm.
which was amazing. But also, I knew that Indianapolis was the better team, but I was playing for the sake of splits, so I
Yeah.
went with Miami on that, and I shouldn't have. So that's probably my regret. My game of the week, we're not even going to talk about my home team. It was probably Tampa and New England, but only because New England had that game won, but they
Yeah.
kept going to the run.
True.
If they would have kept to the air and targeted the secondary of Tampa, they had that game on lock.
True. Plus, they had to play in the rain.
Hmm. Which
That makes the ball
it
sloppy.
was it was in Foxborough, so they should be used to that.
Yeah. Go, go, go up. Go. Go. There you go. Okay. But
No, you're good.
yeah.
Pet interruptions happens.
Yeah.
So, what was your game of the week?
Yeah, I would say same as you there, but I'm gonna go with an odd one there. I'm gonna go with Kansas City over Philadelphia there. Andy Reid there, obviously
Going
coming back.
back, yeah, going back to Philly.
Hmm. It's good to see him healthy again.
Hmm. It was a surprisingly close game too. They only won 42-30,
Hmm.
so that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say either that or Aaron Rodgers being Big Ben and the Steelers.
Yeah, we don't talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Hmm.
We can avoid it.
Yeah.
And then similarly, we're gonna not discuss the whole Jets surprise thing in overtime.
True.
I swore we were going to tie. John and I were talking about that as it was happening, and it's like, if it ties, it just doesn't count, which is great. But at the same time, seeing a tie between those two teams of all teams would just be ridiculous.
Hmm.
All right, so week 5, if you're ready to get started.
Yep, let's get to it.
All right, our Thursday night game. Let me scroll back up. We have the Rams, who got thoroughly swatted.
Yeah,
Going to Seattle.
true.
This
Yeah,
should be a good game too.
yeah. Good game to watch on Thursday night. There,
Hmm.
obviously, Stafford against Russell Wilson. They're two good quarterbacks.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you know what? There, I think I'm going to go a little bit upset there. I think Seattle at home can continue momentum from last week, and they'll beat the Rams there thanks to the crowd boost. Sure.
I was afraid of that.
Hmm.
I uh I stuck with the Rams. I'm gonna choose to believe in revenge game.
Hmm.
I'm going against the stats. John and I talked about that as well. But I don't know. I think that the Rams losing to Arizona and Stafford kind of reverting back to Stafford, as some people are going to say, I think that's going to help them be motivated for the next week.
True. So we have a
So
split.
we already have a split. That's fun. I'm scared now. All right. Next up, we have the surprising game that could actually be entertaining.
Hmm.
We have the Jets at Atlanta.
True. This game actually is going to take place
Yeah.
in the London, England.
Yep. They had Atlanta listed as the away team, so I had to put them on that side.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
So it's an
Uh,
early start.
yeah. As you get your breakfast there, go and watch the game there.
Yep.
Yeah. And obviously, we won't discuss the Jets. They're winning there.
I mean, we can discuss it some. I'm fine
True.
with that. I just didn't want to discuss it with the whole Tennessee issue because it would make me really sad. But I was proud to see Salah get his first win, and it was a really good defensive win.
True.
They sacked
Absolutely.
Tannehill, I think, 7 times.
Yeah. True.
So it was a really good defensive win, and seeing Zach Wilson actually come into his own a little bit, that was fun.
True. True. And last week I went with Atlanta, and they burned me.
Are you gonna go for an upset on this one? There's no way.
No. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Falcons there.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I agree. I think the Jets probably could pull off the upset
Yeah.
because it is Atlanta, but Atlanta's been playing pretty well considering the record.
Yeah.
They played decent against Tampa. They almost beat Washington, so I'm gonna go with them. But I wouldn't be super surprised or upset if the Jets ended up upsetting them.
True.
Next up, we have Green Bay at the Bengals.
Okay. Obviously, we know the Packers are a strong team there, and
Hmm.
that Joe Burrow and them are still learning the curves there, even though they're in the winning momentum there.
Hmm.
So this week, I think I'm going to go with the Packers there to continue the streak there and beat the Bengals.
Yeah, I unfortunately agree. I would like Cincinnati to win,
Hmm.
but nah, I have to agree. As much as
Hmm.
it pains me to do so.
True.
Oh, and then speaking of pain, Lions at Vikings.
Hmm. True. Yeah. How they lose to the Bears of all teams?
And
Even though I went with the Bears last
yeah,
game.
you did, and kudos to getting that one right. Injuries didn't help for one, especially on the defensive side of the ball, but also it was a lot of coaching mistakes. They didn't go for field goals like at all.
Yeah.
Even when they
True.
were down in the red zone and able to take the points, they decided to go for it on fourth,
True.
regardless of the distance. And I don't know what was going on with him.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
understand wanting to be aggressive, but sometimes you have to take the points, and he didn't.
True.
So,
And obviously, Kirk Cousins and the Vikings there are 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 good team in the NFC North. There obviously not as good as Packers there.
They're
Right.
they're they're only a good team because of the surrounding imagery. Like
Mhm.
that they're in a division with the Lions and the Bears. They're going to look good in comparison regardless. So
Yeah.
they're not that good.
No. So I think I'm going to go Vikings to beat the Lions. So sorry, Joey.
No, it's okay. I actually agree. I'm not gonna fall for that trap again. Not yet. Next year, maybe. Maybe I'll be all in. But right now, no. And they did have a decent showing against Cleveland, who we will discuss later. But
Yeah.
they had a decent showing against him
Yeah.
and handled that defense pretty well. So I think it'll be an interesting game to watch, and I hope that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Denver going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Obviously, Denver's wing ways took a blow last week, not only losing to the Ravens, plus they lost Teddy Bridgewater to concussion there.
Oof,
Mhm.
man, that poor guy. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah. True. Yeah. And I think it's going to get worse for the Broncos this week. They're against Big Ben and the Steelers. That's the kind of game that'll help turn their momentum around there.
Yeah,
So I'm going to Steelers this week.
yeah, I agree. I'm taking the Steelers as well. I didn't actually know about Bridgewater. I was really busy this morning, so I just made my picks as I would just by the teams alone. So I'm glad that I picked the Steelers, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
that's quite the blow to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up is an AFC. Nope, I'm so used to him playing in that division. Wow. Okay, we
No.
have Miami going to Tom Brady, not in the
Yeah.
division, but in Tampa.
No. So this one's obviously no brainer.
Yeah, Tampa 100%.
Yeah.
We don't
Agreed.
really even need to discuss it. It's at home. It's Brady. Although they are rather
Yeah.
wounded. They are very wounded. They've lost Gronk. Their defense
Mm-hmm.
is
True.
slim at this point, so I think it'll be
Yeah.
closer than it should be, but only because of the
Mm-hmm.
injuries.
Yeah.
This game I could see going either way, and it scares me. We have
Mm-hmm.
the Saints at Washington.
True. But yeah, I don't know what happened to the Saints last week. They're losing to the Giants in overtime.
It's this alternating pattern that I mentioned a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Winston is going to be lights out one week,
And then
dim the
next week,
next, lights out the week after, dim the next. So that just seems to be the pattern.
yeah. So I think it's going to be lights on this week there for the
Hmm.
Saints and in Washington.
Yeah, following the pattern, I'm also taking the Saints on this one, but I would not be
Mm-hmm.
surprised if Washington comes up with one here. But I think
Makes
it's
it
going to be a defensive fight more than offensive. So all Winston
Chase
has to
Young.
do is just not turn it over all that much.
Watch out for Chase Young there.
Yes, Chase Young for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the aforementioned Eagles that we seen have a really good match with Kansas City will be going to
Mm-hmm.
Carolina,
Yeah.
who I believe
Obviously,
just got Stefan or Stephen Gilmore via trade.
the guy from the. Okay, yeah. Yeah. No, hopefully, that'll give Sam Darnold there another weapon he can use till Christian McCaffrey comes back from injury.
Gilmore is a cornerback though,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
so
Defensive.
yeah. So they just picked him up for some defensive help. It's still going to be all on Sam
Right.
Darnold's arm, which is concerning. But
Hopefully, hopefully McCaffrey comes back soon there.
gotta hope so.
Help him out there because they missed him out in the loss to the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. They lost
So,
38-26
so
or 36-28, one of the two.
true. Yeah. So obviously, I'm going to go Panthers this week there to beat the Eagles.
I split with you again, and I'm taking a risk on Philadelphia.
Whoa.
Yeah, they had a really good showing against Kansas City based on the score. So, and that was all I had time to base it off of. So, I just know that McCafferty is out, and
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia played well, seemed to play well against
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City. So I'm just kind of weighing those odds, and it's like, sure, let's take the risk. Why not?
Yeah. Worth
I'm
it.
I'm scared, but you never know.
Mm-hmm. True.
I
Go with your first. Think it's always right.
yeah. Although it was just a simple sure, rather than actually knowing
Yeah.
anything about it. All right,
Yeah.
redemption arc. Tennessee going to Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. True. Obviously, Tennessee last week they really missed Julio Jones and that other player to injury there. That's what
AJ
cost them the
Brown. Yeah,
game against. Mm-hmm.
it did.
Yeah. And Jacksonville is under controversy with Urban Meyer there.
Yeah, that guy just
With
he can't get out of his own way.
True. Yeah. Uh, wouldn't surprise me if in a couple of weeks here he ends up losing his job.
Man, being fired not even 7 weeks or so into your first year would be ridiculous.
True.
But it
True.
may be warranted.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
my funny side is saying, what if Tennessee gave two winless teams their first win in back-to-back weeks?
Yeah.
That would be like, are they really that generous?
Yeah.
No,
It'd be insane.
it would be insane, and that's why I can't.
Mhm.
I mean, plus Derrick Henry. I will always go with Derrick Henry if I'm able to.
True.
So I'm taking Tennessee, and I
Yeah.
assume you are as well.
Agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yep, that was one game that's like, you know what? No, there's no way we're splitting that.
Yeah.
Next up, we have New England, who played very well, and I'm actually not anti Jones. He's decent. Going to Houston.
Yeah. True. True. Obviously, like you said, there the Patriots put up a good game there. I feel the weather might cost them the game there, especially that late second field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there.
Their defense was really strong last week. I really liked seeing that.
True. Yeah, and obviously, Texans there are going downhill there.
Yeah, they have been for a while.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So
We are
obviously,
in
I think
agreement.
we're going to be in agreement. So Patriots.
Patriots. Exactly. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We can just move straight on from there. This one, I hope we just move straight on as well. We have the Bears in Vegas.
True. Obviously, Vegas needs a pick-me-up game after losing Monday night to the Chargers.
Indeed, they
Congratulations
do.
on getting that
Thank you. Thank you.
on your end.
And honestly, what better team to get your pick me up from than the
Mhm.
Bears?
Yeah, we apologize to all Bear fans there out there.
Speak for yourself. We do not apologize to the Bears fans. You apologize
Yeah.
to the Bears fans.
Yeah. Obviously, we're going to be in agreement there and take the Raiders
Yes.
there to
Yes, we are.
bounce back.
Yes. Go away, Bears.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of the Chargers, we have LA hosting Cleveland,
Mm-hmm.
who I honestly think should have a rebound game this week, but they're having very stiff competition in the Chargers.
True. Yeah, yeah, true. I like both quarterbacks. I like Justin Herbert and Baker Mayfield there. They're
I like Herbert.
both exciting quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
true.
Herbert. I don't hate Mayfield much anymore. I'm starting to kind of come around a little bit. I'm still not a fan,
No,
but
no.
I don't find
Well,
him to be bad.
okay. Yeah. Makes sense there. This one was a tough one for me to pick a winner in there.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I think I'm going to go a little bit of an upset there. I'm going to go with the Browns to upset the Chargers.
I had a feeling. I honestly think that they will because of the whole rebound and being upset and having that close of a matchup with Minnesota.
Vikings.
But I'm taking the Chargers. I'm trusting the Chargers at home. I'm
Okay,
trusting their
so it's
defense,
another,
and I'm trusting Herbert.
yeah, so it's a split.
Yep, there's another split. I had a feeling that would be the split. If we were going to split on any of these, it was going to be that. So,
Yeah,
well, and the Eagles. I had a feeling you were going to take Carolina, so we shall see.
yeah. Okay.
All right, now we move on to the NFC least with the Giants going to Dallas.
Yeah. How did the Giants win that game on Sunday?
I don't know. The heart of Daniel Jones finally waking up.
Mhm. True.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. But I could see him running into a brick house this Sunday there when they take on Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, Amari Cooper, and the rest of the Cowboys there,
Hmm.
because there'll be momentum there to be a divisional foe there.
Yeah, I mean Dallas is 100% winning their division anyway,
Hmm. True.
and it's going to be
So
in Dallas.
true. Very well.
Yep. So I think we're in agreement in both taking the boys.
Obviously.
Yep. Unfortunately, but I do hope for an upset for Laura's sake and for our enjoyment,
Yeah.
because it'll be funny to have Dallas lose to New York. Let's be honest.
Sorry, Laura, if you're watching this.
Yeah, sorry, but we have to. All right, next up, more division rival competition. We have San Francisco at Arizona.
Yeah. Obviously, the Niners took a bit of a blow with losing Garoppolo there, so they have to rely on Trey Lance there for a little while there.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to come back from.
True. And obviously, that it's not going to make any help taking on Kyler Murray and his powerful team of Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, of all the teams to take on right after last week,
Hmm.
it wouldn't be Arizona because Arizona's flying high now. Pun intended for being birds, but they're flying high now after beating the Rams. So
Yeah.
they're here to let the division know that they're wanting it too. So,
True.
and their
It's going to be a
defense. I mean, come on, I love their defense.
yeah. True. So I imagine that we'll be in agreement there and take the Cardinals to win.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I am definitely taking Arizona. I feel bad for not taking them last week,
Hmm.
but I wasn't going to take that kind of a risk against a team like the Rams who have a really high-powered defense. So in this game for sure I can side with the red.
Hmm.
All right. Next, this is going to be a really fun one. I like this one. We have Buffalo at the Chiefs.
True. There. This is going to be obviously a game of the week there. A rematch of the AFC final there.
More than likely game of the week, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Obviously, Josh Allen and the Bills there, they proved their contender there, and yeah, obviously slaughtering, I think, was Houston last week there.
Mm,
Proved they're one team to watch out for in the AFC there.
yeah.
But unfortunately, this week they're taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Eagles. I mean the Chiefs. Sorry. Oh,
Let's
golly.
gaze into
Great
our
start.
future crystal ball here. Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes, quarterback of the Eagles.
Oh,
Andy Reid goes home to retire with 1 year as a coach, and he takes his QB with him. and they have
Oh,
one final year taking on the NFC East and crushing it.
I'm sorry there.
That would be
I'll,
some
I'll,
kind of fantasy.
yeah, obviously, I'm gonna need plenty of sleep tonight there.
God, I feel you though. I feel you. This entire day, I'm ready for bed. So,
Sure.
well,
So,
sort of. I got one more session I got to do after this, and then I can go sleep.
sure. Yeah. So, so obviously this one's gonna be a close game. I wouldn't be surprised if it's decided by a field goal or less there, and I think it's gonna be the same momentum as the AFC Championship game there, and I'm gonna take the Chiefs over the Bills this week.
I feel that. I can see that kind of scenario. I think the fact that it's a rematch,
Mhm.
and the fact that I'm kind of buying into the hype more than I should, because let's be real, Buffalo has outscored their opponents the three games by like 180 to 21 or something like that. But they weren't facing any kind of competition at all. So this is the first actual competitive game they're going to have. And unfortunately for me, I'm buying into the hype and I'm taking Buffalo.
Sure.
Kansas City hasn't been showing me a lot of impressive stuff lately, so
So another split for
another
us.
split, and this one is a powerful split.
Yeah.
And it's on a Sunday night, so I can actually watch the darn thing.
Yeah. Sure.
So that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next, our final game, we have Indy at Baltimore.
True. That, yeah.
The buzzsaw that is Baltimore.
True. Carson Wentz there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, do you think he'll be healthy there?
No, I think he'll play
Mhm.
because he played last week, but I don't think he's going to be able to play with enough function to actually beat the defense of Baltimore.
Sure.
There's a big difference between Baltimore and Miami.
Yeah, exactly there. Yeah, because Ravens are a dangerous team there.
Mm-hmm.
They want to avoid the mistakes from earlier in the season there to get better and better there.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I'm going to take the Ravens over the Colts.
I agree. Again, I would be more than happy to see an upset,
Mm-hmm.
but I just can't see it. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Colts defense is good enough to handle Lamar Jackson and keep him corralled a little bit, but I'm taking Baltimore.
Okay.
So, how many splits did we have? That felt like a lot.
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
All right. That's the same as last week, but for some reason this feels scarier.
Yeah.
So, be sure to check out the links down below for my link to Twitter and my Discord server. My Discord server is usually where all the NFL conversations get done. We've got a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan and a New Orleans Saints fan who just love to go at it.
Yeah.
And then John's there, the Seahawks fan, who's also playing along with us in the comments on our verses.
Yeah.
He's there and gives some of his insight now and then. And then we've got also some college football that gets talked about. I'm not really in on that kind of conversation a lot, but I'm always lurking. Just so everybody knows, I am always watching. And then also down in the description will be my link to memberships if you want to hop on there, and my merch as well. We're going to be rolling out hats pretty soon on Redbubble, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I get to play with some more designs. That's always fun. And then our records, of course.
Yeah. Obviously, the people hit the like and subscribe there.
Yep, thank you as always. And then also John and Jonas will both be down in the description. So be sure to check those guys out as well. And we will catch you next week for more of our NFL predictions versus action for week 6.
Thank you all. See ya.